Hey everybody, Anthony here. Last week I talked about videotaping my first week of my first video dealing with Hirschsprung's disease, and this week I thought about talking about dealing with different conditions dealing with Hirschsprung's. And how it's hot outside, I thought about talking about keeping up with your fluids. Now, I use Gatorade, water, Pedialyte. Now, that's you can use Pedialyte right now. It doesn't have to be just for being a baby or being in the hospital. But I remember I was using Pedialyte when I was sick, and I still use Pedialyte. And sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better for me even when I use it more than Gatorade. But I still use it. And there's also this thing called you can get it like it's called Emergency. It's basically like a powdered electrolyte thing that you put into it like water or whatever kind of drink you're drinking, and to for your to keep your electrolytes and all that stuff up for you. But all three of those I use, but even in like when it's hot weather, I I'm always worried that I'm going to dehydrate because I'm so worried that I'm going to dehydrate because it happens. I get dehydrated a lot, but I try not to let it happen. So I use whatever I can to use. And like I can remember when being on the job site, I would always bring water, Gatorade, and everything under the sun. But I would still always feel like I'm going to get dehydrated, but I never did, but I always feel like I did. And so it's always a but it's just the hard thing of doing is just trying to keep up with your fluids because you know how it's hot outside, and because you don't have a large intestine, so you can't keep you can't keep the liquid inside you. So obviously when you drink a lot of water or drink a lot of fluids, you go to the bathroom a lot. So basically it's just a vicious cycle of drinking a lot of liquids, going to the bathroom, drinking a lot of liquids, going to the bathroom, vice versa. So, I mean, you can try drinking water a lot. You can do Gatorade. You can even try. There is a way, I guess, to drink water where you take little sips. And because then I guess that is like the proper way of, I guess, drinking water or a liquid. I don't, that's what they say. They say so you don't, that's why so your body can absorb the water better. But if you use a straw, that helps too sometimes. But I guess as long as you try really hard to make sure you have all your, you have your liquids, your water, everything. It's just the best you can do. As long as you're smart about it and you try to take care of yourself, then then that's the best way. You can always beat the heat. You can take showers if you need to. You can use a not a hot washcloth, but like a washcloth with cold water, or one of those like fitness things that keeps cold water on you. But each is their own too, because by the end of the day, which I will talk about in a different video, but like, sometimes you have to be a doctor to know your body, to know what works for you. So if none of these works for you, but if something else works, then that's great. If I don't know if they still have them anymore, but I remember when one time at the grocery store, I found like some frozen like electrolyte pops. They were like, obviously for the freezer, but they were like, those pops that we had like when we were kid, the icy pops in the different flavors. Now, I mean, you can still get them again, but they're with different flavors. But these were the ones that you keep, in the freezer that has the electrolytes and, for dehydration and all that stuff. So there are ways to beat it, even though it seems like how right now I'm just wiping the sweat off my face. But as long as you just, you know, take your time with the heat and just do your best, and by sooner or later it's going to start to get, start to near the end of the summer and so fall, and then starts the weather starts to cool down some more, and then it would be a little bit more tolerable, even though you should still keep drinking water because you can still get dehydrated in the wintertime in cold weather. And so just keep up with your fluids and just do your best with whatever you can, whatever tricks are you. So I guess that's all this I'm going to talk about for this week. But if you have any comments, questions, why don't you please subscribe down at the bottom of the page. And but if so I hope this helps, and I guess I will catch you on the flip side. Later. Bye.